but both teams are ready.
Okie dokie.
Since I have the power of
Let's
starting
get
it
into
again.
it.
Here we go.
Right.
All right. So, what do you think we can be expecting here, Lady?
We are definitely not going to, probably not going to see a Lee Sin. I swear to God, if I see another Nasus, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, because even last game when the Nasus was far behind, losing it for a while, it just felt like that Nasus could just 1v5 them.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
champ just seems extremely, extremely busted.
Milton's Lee Sin is by far his most played champion in when it's playing privately with a 55% win rate. Definitely not going to see that. And we're seeing a lot more squeezing on the ADs than normally. A Caitlyn being also taken away and a Lucian to follow.
Syndra ban is we've seen that quite a bit. Syndra's been quite pick and ban so far this tournament.
And then Nivea.
Mm.
What could you actually want to get rid of a Nivea? You're looking for like a very melee heavy comp if you don't want to play
Or
against
something like a
Nivea.
Rice, but then I would expect a Cassiopeia ban before.
Very much so. One of the it's decided to take away the Lulu.
Lulu ban.
I'm guessing that means that Yunara is most likely be.
There's the Elise first pick
back.
by Busty, who has 268 games in ranked on that at least, 61% win rate, by far most played.
It's quite interesting that it made it through the pick ban phase this so long. Double combo, Xayah Rakan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to pick one, you can have both. Why not? They're good.
I'm a bit surprised though of an early Xayah Rakan pick because you can play quite a lot around the Xayah Rakan now as the bot lane, but we'll see what they counter it with.
I guess I just got to respond with our bot lanes here. Are we
Guessing
going
so.
to see Ashe?
Ashe.
I haven't seen many Ashe Seraphines here, so I don't know if that's worth picking up anymore. Most likely, it's a ranged comp into a ranged melee. Or are they going to just take the mid now and then full on squeeze in? Make sure that the mid lane can run for free.
We'll see.
Seraphine
Ashe, classic combo. And the Jarvan. Jarvan is a very normal pick into Ashe Seraphine. Very mobile. And I worry a bit about this Ashe Seraphine because I think their lane will be quite good, obviously into Rakan Xayah, but Rakan and Jarvan into a very immobile Ashe Seraphine could spell trouble once the team fights come.
I'm definitely looking at an early, maybe even cleanse as a summon spell, but Mikhail's definitely going to be a opponent in contention.
Yep. Yeah, for the Xayah, it is also about not being greedy, right? Because you can see a lot of Xayahs rely too much on their ultimate, but...
And Hui, what are they actually looking for? I think they both actually kind of looking for like a melee or like close ranged champion in the mid lane.
Narban.
Surely
I guess if they ban the Gnar, it feels a bit like they're looking for something like an Ornn or something like a tank, because that's usually where you see a lot of Gnar picked into. Gnar is also quite safe blind pick, but I'm expecting mid lane next and top lane last pick for FTK.
Yeah,
and the Silas ban.
Yeah, really good getting that Silas out of the game. And insta pick Cassio.
Cassio again, very good against the mobileness.
Are they actually really expecting the rise? Just to pop out here.
But the Silas could again be an Ornn or a Malphite or something tanky. Ornn is more, I think. I don't think the Malphite or Mordekaiser it's looking like.
Where?
Mordekaiser Pantheon.
Oh, come on. Take us to Brazil. Okay, no.
Pantheon. Interesting.
So is this a Pantheon mid? Because we had a lot of bans here, but a Pantheon into a Cassio is...
Apparently, Basti has played Elise mid before.
I mean, what is it? Season 3, 4?
Yeah.
Let the shit go. Let it die.
Although I'm pretty sure Basti will play jungle. Play jungle in previous games. But probably that's a Pantheon top, I would guess. Yes,
Yeah.
and then a Victor mid. So I'm guessing, but that makes me a bit questioning the Silas bans. Then again, Silas is good. Ashe Seraphine has good ults there, but
And it looked like a Viking versus Spartan top lane.
no, that will be a very, very aggressive matchup.
It would basically just have them both run at each other and big explosions, and then one person live. Yeah.
Yeah, could be a very
Okay.
snowbally game in that sense. Where do you expect the junglers to focus their attention on? Because I'm looking at that top lane already with the Olaf
Yeah.
Pantheon.
As soon as there was they picked both sides picked a top laner that were really low to fight quite early on. The junglers and the slightest jungle intervention is definitely going to tip the scales in that matchup. At
Hmm.
the same time, I'm looking at this. I'm questioning the Victor's bans to be played. Anivia, no real games. On the
Yeah,
other
but
side.
I have the same feeling with the Silas. I understand Silas is good with the Ashe and Seraphine ultimate, but if you were planning Pantheon Victor, like those are both champions that Silas usually struggles quite into.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because they obviously didn't know the Casio would come out.
Yeah. But
Um,
I definitely see a lot of fireworks going on in the top lane, and then we have to see how fast the mid lanes are going to respond to that, if they have to respond.
the one thing though, I am not a fan of Jarvan Olaf because there's a lot of anti-synergy there.
Yeah, the
We have seen it
cataclysm blocks
before
him
of
in and out.
Jarvan trying to get in with the ult. At the same time, you do have your dive, buddy.
Yeah,
Uh,
and yes, we do have
but
a
Olaf,
cleanse.
I honestly, Olaf pick into Ashe Seraphine is so strong.
Yeah,
Like
Zaya did.
if this Olaf gets ahead, the game is just over because there's just nothing killing that Olaf.
Yeah, there's. You have to expend a flash, and it has to be across a wall. And if that Olaf has his flash on himself, there's no stopping it. But no, the Zaya did foresee there's a lot of CC and a lot of danger towards her. So a cleanse there. Just
Yeah,
make sure that she
that's
can live a
smart.
little bit longer to get that ulti off.
I mean, if you look at the team comps, right, Rakan's jumping in, Jarvan's jumping in, Olaf is jumping in, so it's quite Saya Cassiopeia alone in the back line.
Yeah,
And I can understand the cleanse into Elise, into Pantheon, into Ashe, into Seraphine. There's a lot of CC, so it's a very good
so
pick
much
there.
CC. And no real surprises on Keystones or Summoners here. Ignite for
Oh,
the Pantheon really wants to get ahead. Well, Olaf wants to run you down, so Ghost is a clear choice for him.
yeah, and at the same time we see the Ghost on the Casio. That's maybe the only one you could argue is it TP, is it Ghost? But
I don't know about that one because you really want to keep the distance. Like if Cassio ever stops moving in a team fight, she is probably going to die.
yeah. At the same time, it also shows a bit of a target for Banana in the mid game because the Saya is going to be quite safe with both cleanse and the ultimate. Well, the Cassio does not have cleanse, but we'll probably see some kind of quick Mikhail's rush still from Murray, the Rakan.
Yeah, most likely. No early skirmishes. Some just secure wards, a deep ward from Olaf, making sure they get some visions. So they have full knowledge about where Elise is starting.
Yeah, no, they'll see that the blue is clear. We see both junglers on their way top side.
Really heavy trading.
We saw a lot of the games yesterday that the clear speed is very important for the junglers and whoever gets that crab. There were a lot of double crabs yesterday and a lot of games decided very early with the junglers getting early kills.
Very much so. And then we also have of course, the ranged lanes versus a melee ranged. Oh,
Yeah,
actually get rooted up here and taking a lot of damage. Good
yeah.
double feather
Heal used.
to respond there. And yes, Rakan does respond with a heal just to keep himself safe. I actually put in there on Conan. Most likely not going to be able to.
But this is a bit what we
risk of
talked about
die.
in the draft about the early Saya Rakan pick. It can definitely be punished in lane, especially the Rakan.
Yeah, as the melee component of the lane.
Yeah, yeah.
But good hit. Get himself a little bit a heal. It's a very small heal. It doesn't scale too good. Really good CC on the turret. Both junglers have cleared the bottom side and is now on the top side. Jarvan ahead of the by a few
Jarvan is
seconds.
already on this red while Elise just finishing off the wolves. However, we see the Elise actually going out now to put down a ward, I'm guessing, but this does delay her clear.
She's looking for
Or
steal.
is this straight up an evade? But she's late. She's very late.
Way
The
too-
Jarvan is quick. And
Good
she,
movement.
you look at the red buff and there's nothing there.
Well, she's looking for a fight. She's repelled over.
Yeah,
But
fight
we are
going on in the
distracted by the
jungle.
camera.
Jarvan going in. Camera's not there yet. Now the camera's there. And a flash from the Jarvan.
Yeah, jump forced to flash out to that to jump out, get out of the way from that cocoon.
Yeah,
Just
I
making
think
sure
what
that Pantheon can respond in with
a bit of a
his,
mistake there
shovels.
by Milton jumping in with the Olaf being pushed in by the Pantheon. But all in all, will be quite even. Elise is a bit behind in camps, but we'll get the Scuttle. Jarvan will go towards Scuttle first. But obviously makes it a bit harder to gank without the flash. Now he does get bottom Scuttle, Jarvan, even though there is a bot push going on for Banana. He still managed to pick that up. So all in all, quite even.
Take a lot of damage there. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, Jarvan is actually looming around at the enemy red buff. I think he's scouting around and see if he could spot Elise, but no. Just found out that her cams were not up yet. She wasn't there.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
it's
wondering if they know. I mean, they must have known that Elise didn't take their blue because they didn't see a blue on Elise before when that invade happened. So they must kind of know where Elise is. That's also why I think that the Dank is respecting here and recalling the brush. But yes, slight clear advantage for the Jarvan, who's already on his second round clear with the Gromp.
We also have Rakan forced to bait. That's a really good double E from Seraphine. Getting that stun, getting a lot of poking done on the turret. And I don't know if Zaya wants any more of this. Oh, takes it a week. Nope. It decides against it.
But I am impressed by the CSing by the Rakan. They're only behind 3 CS. Even during all of this skirmishing. And one other thing I find very surprising is the mid lane gap. The Casio is 10 CS ahead on the Victor.
That is quite the difference.
Yeah, I'm guessing when we weren't looking that a few Qs landed, forcing the Victor to play a bit safer.
Elise is milling about. Rakan seems to smell it. Does a grand entrance just to make sure his AD carry gets safe. But flash poison fang, I believe it's called. We get secures first blood for the Elise. Did back for that hex core item. It's a hex tech alternator. That does an immense amount of burst damage this early on. Really good. Yeah, really good gang coming in there from behind. Out of vision too. No vision to spot her at all. Just
and that's important, right? Because we talked about the Olaf in the late game, how hard it will be to play into that. And Elise has always been this early game jungler. You have to get things going early on. So really important, I think, that gank paid off. But I am worried about this mid lane because last we would look it was 10 and now it's 20.
Yeah, it's getting away from Victor here quite quickly. But in the positive side, Victor is the one that's going to get a few upgrades. And once he has that E upgrade, that's last hitting is going to be a whole lot different, a whole lot easier. Also, I can't remember his name. Casio has actually ulted, and Victor responds with his. And sadly, just the movement speed from Casio just gets her out of there.
Yeah.
Ulti straight in. Olaf has been caught in. Ragnar has been popped. And just runs to his turret.
Yeah, we'll slightly reduce the all-in potential of the Olaf, obviously.
Very much keeps him safe.
Rakan
has run up to the top, to the mid lane. Grand entrance, flash away from Victor. Does it put it on a little bit of damage back onto Rakan? Sadly, his shield does mitigate most of it. Victor has now looking to toss up with Jarvan, puts down the stun field, flag and drag to get into safety. Botlane has moved up. Ghost and Ignite has been popped on the top laners. Empowered shield just to get a movement speed. long spear throw, but no, Olaf just walks away from that one.
Yeah, and I mean, that was obviously the ultimate being gone for the Olaf, but at the same time, that is a flash and an ignite from the Pantheon. Olaf still has his and will not probably miss a wave at all whatsoever. So in the end, actually a positive trade for the Olaf. Now, a lot of attention mid lane. That is an EQ and a flash
Characters-
Jarvan. No flash on the Victor, and that's a dead Victor. Good punish.
Really good block there from Rakan also. Just soaking that enchanted crystal arrow from Ash. It was fired very early and actually got to mid. Would have gotten to mid in time to save Victor if Rakan wasn't there to soak it. Really good aim.
Yeah. Even game, 12.8, 12.8. No team really pulling ahead, and I still worry that this is bad for Banana. Looking at their comp, like Pantheon and Elise are very early game champions, and most surprised of all, I am that Sire Khan has kept quite even. Obviously, we see a little lead after that gang from the Elise, but fight going on of the grubs. One grub going over to Banana and two going over to FTK. Although
So
our camera rather wants to watch this bot lane hitting minions.
One thing I'm definitely going to ask if FTK actually wins this is the choice of Scout's slingshot of why not just going straight in for Cull instead.
Yeah, I think Cull is very underutilized.
Oh.
All in bot lane.
All in the bot lane. Grand Entrance goes to knock up and actually gets a charm. Double, but no, dodged away from the
Good ult
the
on
Xayah
this
ulti.
guy there.
Rakan is keeping them in range of Seraphine. The feather does not get the root. Flag and Drag now there's a fight at Baron Pit. Flag and Drag to get out to safety.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while the fight was going on bot lane, we had an all in from the Elise and the Pantheon onto the Jarvan, but the Jarvan managed to just EQ out of there, and nothing happened.
And also a bit of more of a toss in the mid lane. The Victor has eked out, clawed back a little bit in that CS, but still, this elite,
Still
this
20.
Cassio.
Yeah, that Cassio is looking scary. And again, this Olaf is just even, and once he gets his stride breaker in team fights, what are the Ashe Seraphine going to do to him? I feel like the only thing that can stop him is the Jarvan ult, but that is his own teammate, so hopefully he doesn't do it.
Self-sabotage is probably the thing that's going to end him.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. There's been we've talked a lot about it in the recent games. We talked about early game comms versus late game comms. We saw it yesterday in the game with the Luli Cog and the Ornn, obviously drafting a quite late game comp. We saw it the first game today with another late game draft versus early game draft. And the early game drafts have usually done really well and come through with it. But if you play a more late game draft, as it seems that FTK is doing, then yeah, if you survive the early game, you're in a very, very good position.
FTK feeling comfortable enough to try and set up a freeze there, but no, doesn't seem to get it. Jarvan is in the waiting in the wings.
Funnily enough, no dragon has been taken yet. Throughout all this action bot lane, we've actually had quite a bit of action, but
I think you jinxed it. Cast a curse is real.
Yeah, and it's surprising to me because Elise is known to be a very good dragon taker very quick.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow catches Rakan in mid grand entrance, but he is paired with Xayah, so of course he's going to get that extra long E.
Yeah, the extended range there on the battle dance just means he easily can get out, but they do stop the dragon.
Jarvan does not really want to let this one go. They're looking to fight it. Grand Starfall has joined in, and first dragon is secured by Banana.
Yeah, this is needed for Banana. I think that is a bit of their victory condition is stacking these drakes. But yeah, the Pantheon ult went bot, and look, suddenly top lane. Olaf has equalized the minions and is suddenly 300 gold ahead because of all the plates.
Again, a little bit of fun. Flag and Dragon misses. Elise hits it with the cocoon. And Seraphine just decides to say, no, we don't want this. Get out of there. And uses engages the popcorn gameplay.
Yeah, and Elise had to flash there from the Jarvan ult, but Elise is not really usually a target of a Jarvan ult because you do have the repel and spider form.
She has finished her first items in I can never get that right. Storm Surge. So that is a whole lot of burst coming out of the elites at the moment. At the same time, this is an incredibly early Rod of Ages from Cassiopeia. Yuntal's also finished off for the Ash.
But very slow game. I feel like
Yeah.
this tournament we've had a lot of action and a lot of games. Might be our slowest game so far in the tournament. Both teams.
Yeah, there's
I
very
mean, we've
little
had
greed going
flashes,
on here.
we've had fights, but usually it's been a flash out, flash away, and then all's good.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
think
the stride breaker of the Olaf.
Yeah, so now this is going to start getting a little bit dicey. Eclipse finished on the Pantheon. Blackfire Torch finished for Victor. Sundered Sky for the Jarvan. Yuntal's for the Zaya. And Echoes of Helia for Seraphine as the all first items.
Yeah, first
But
items.
again, like you
all
keep
across the board.
saying, this Zaya is just sticking in there. Oh, Strikebreaker has been popped. Ragnar has been popped. Enchanted Crystal merely misses in the mid lane. Repel gets around the Cassie ulti. And the last auto to secure the kill. Really, really nice. Sadly,
Meanwhile, on the top
unfortunately.
lane, the fight we didn't get to see, the Olaf was actually losing the all-in against the Pantheon. But the Jarvan was there, so the Pantheon had to walk away, but no flash extended, no ghost either on the Olaf. But the Jarvan did flash to try to EQ and missed. So advantage
Yeah.
Banana there in the fights, and we're completely dead even in the gold. And as much as we talked about scaling, there still is a
She'll bolt to
Victor.
jump back in for the Pantheon. And Olaf just responds with a ghost and trying to get out.
Yeah, as much as we've talked about the scaling, there still is a Victor. But look at bot lane now. 4-man collapse on bot lane. Seraphine Milt misses. Ash continues following up, but still. No kills.
tower down.
Oh, they're stuck in the tower. That's a TP from the Olaf. Rakan goes down to the spider. Saya goes in. Saya ults. And does she have the pullback? She
No,
does
she
not
does
have
not.
the pullback for the Elise. And the Elise barely gets away.
Really, really good, good dive there. Actually, looked a little bit dicey. Had that pull been there, been ready for the Zaya, that would have been definitely a dead Elise and a big, big gold influx to Zaya. Quite well
And
needed
suddenly
too.
the Pantheon is getting the plate top lane when the Olaf decided to TP bot.
It's almost like they capitalize on each other's plays.
Yeah.
Cassio has to finish up his Swifty boost. This is going to be a quick snake. Oh, avoids the hawk shot. Jarvan did come in for some thievery and stole away a blue, I believe.
Yeah, but nothing else was up, and he didn't manage to get the wolves that just spawned now, and the Gromp as well. But we see some lane swaps going out, and I believe we're going to see the first tower top lane. I don't think they have time to respond to this.
Starfall has been channeled. Looking real aggressive. Grand entrance just to keep his AD safe. Clarence has been forced to probably due to the shield vault. Jarvan's coming in a flag and drag. There's the ultimate from Rakan. Cocoon keeps Jarvan to death. A whole lot of burst damage again from this damn storm surge. And the percentage.
That's probably going to be their herald for Banana. And Banana is actually turning up the tempo. We said that they needed to do things early game, and now they are actually managing to. Another tower goes down mid lane though. But again, they have the single target burst damage. They have the Elise. They have the Pantheon. They have the Arrow of Ash. They really have to be careful when you go in here. And sadly for the Jarvan, he went into his death.
Yeah, they've been quite brave of this Ash to step up towards Olaf with the Ragnarok ready. Like when he pops that, there is nothing really you can do as an Ash except flash over a wall. But no, go ahead. Olaf capitalizing on the investment in the top lane from Banana and just secures their first turret in the mid lane. Opens up the map quite beautifully.
At least going for Shadow Flame second item, it seems like, with the needlessly large throw and the double amp tomes.
Really doesn't want anyone to live.
No, it's full burst damage. And it will be interesting to see these fights, because we could easily see one person being absolutely deleted on FDK's side, but the follow-up is the question. And as I said, I am scared. Once this Jarvan eventually gets GA, who is their target to burst? We'll have a really tanky Cassio in the backline. We'll have a Saya that should be extremely safe with Cleanse and ult, and then the Olaf and the Jarvan. Second Dragon, though, seems to be going over to Team Banana, unless FDK is willing to contest it, which it seems like they are. We might get our first team fight here. TP coming in from the Pantheon on a ward.
Enchanted Crystalera hits the Jarvan to follow up with the Seraphine ulti. Pantheon is there with a shield vault. Flash in enhanced spear, but Victor secures the kill with a flash E. With his, I believe it's
Yeah, a
called
lot
E.
of flash expended there, though. Not
There's a whole
not
quite a lot of investment, but no, sadly, I was
no flash from
misinforming you.
Victor.
No flash from Victor, yes, and a Hex
Yeah.
Tech Ray. That's the spell.
Again, that's the second dragon, and I talked about it earlier. The victory condition for Banana this game is stacking those dragons. And we'll be getting an Infernal Soul, so it's a very, very valuable soul.
And look, it would be looking really, really important. Again, this Casio 10 CS per minute. The only one in the game that even close of achieving that income. Oh, actually, selling that. Ash is actually doing really well.
But we've talked a lot about
well.
this Casio scaling well. We talked about this Olaf being a trouble, but they haven't been in fights yet.
Yeah, Casio's now chasing down the Jarvan. Does connect with the cube. Ghost has been popped just to make it extra fair. Pantheon jumps back in with his shield bolt. Ultimate to finish it off. Does get the assist onto the Jarvan just because of the flag connecting and giving the Casio the little bit of attack speed.
And this Casio is getting scary. And I think we're seeing a Rocket Belt build, if I'm not mistaken, on the Casio as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Another one.
Yeah, it's hard one with the Rocket Belt, right? Because it doesn't make you tanky, it gives you this mobility. And in this case, I think it's fine because the damage isn't really lacking on FDK side this game. So I think we'll be fully fine, especially also since the Casio's ahead. It will give that extra bit of mobility, able to dodge the arrow if it's flung towards her, or dodge the cocoon from the Elise if it's flung towards her. So I actually like it this game. I think it's sometimes built too quickly, too often, but in this game, I think it's quite good on the Casio. And that Casio is going to be tanky. That Casio is going to be hard to kill.
That Casio is going to be one level up soon. Because of the Road of Ages pop.
Yeah.
Ash just finished her Phantom Dancer as well. Just almost half an item ahead of her counterpart.
I know we're seeing the 1.5k gold lead for Banana, but it still feels like a ticking time bomb. This Casio, this Saya, the Olaf, it is a ticking time bomb at this point. At the same time, we can't forget about the scaling of Victor, obviously, one of the strongest scaling mages as well. With the ultimate, when he gets a kill, it will increase in size, and that can obviously one-shot a whole team in the end.
There is a danger going on right now, and that's because Elise has finished Shadow Flame. Jarvan has been called. It's also flag and drag out.
Yeah, going for that Black Cleaver second, I think the Jarvan, understandable with the physical damage of both the Olaf and the Saya, but yeah, he will eventually need that Guardian Angel to survive in fights, because he will jump in, and he will be one-shot when he jumps in.
Yeah, Herald been popped mid lane just to secure the first turret. The second ride, I guess in this Panther is going to take it bot.
Yeah, trying to channel his inner Max Verstappen. Here he comes.
Most likely going to hit a wall then.
Yeah, it's not Sandford, so he does hit the tower. Sorry for spoilers if anyone didn't see the F1 yesterday. A 2k gold lead now for Team Banana. 3 towers to 2. Only that bot lane tower surviving still for Banana in the outer towers, which isn't the most important tower. I think both teams are happy that they've taken the mid lane tower, and it's going to be a lot about vision right now. And currently, most vision is placed topside from both teams.
Victor has now also finished his Cosmic Drive, and I'm guessing he, with the amount of CS and kill pit especially he probably has his upgraded ult. Enchanted Crystalera goes wide in the top lane, looking for a Casio pick.
Yeah, but again, right? How are you catching that Casio with her Rocket Belt? If she has a good reaction in time, she would just Rocket Belt away.
Yeah.
And these are not players like you and me. These have good reactions. They're not unks.
We are looking for a dragon in the next 30 seconds, and this will give soul point to Banana.
It's going to be an important fight here, right? If Banana manage to get the dragon, they'll be on soul point, get their third, and obviously fight ensuing. If they get that, then they will be Baron. At the same time, if FTK gets this dragon, they slow down the stacking, they will increase their time for the scaling, and if they win the fight, they get Baron. It's a really, really crucial time here, so we'll see. It's a very, very game-deciding fight we could have on our hands soon. And
It
who do
looks
you
like they're
favor
just
right
gonna
now?
give Soul Point and just say, you know what, take it. We'll take Baron. Or
And it's the quick Baron because it's Saya and it's Cassio. The Baron is going down very, very quick. It's on 13k already. But the Elise has moved, the Pantheon has moved, the Victor has moved.
they actually
are
staying
here on
at the
time.
dragon. And Chata Crusadero comes in, connects with the Jarvan.
Gonna have a smite fight.
Grand
But
Star Hall
Elise
come in,
gets it.
flash secure. The Victor
Steal
ult
from
is
the
now
Elise.
hitting 2 people. The Olaf has found us a path to the side. Sadly, that's not going to be enough. He needs help. He needs some shields. Cataclysm locks in the Pantheon, who hits us
But the Ashe takes
miracle
it.
spear.
Oh, and this is
Ashe.
really good for Team Banana. We talked about how this could be the winning fight. They get the Baron, they get the Dragon.
Zaya with a massive ultimate. The stun feelers actually locks her up. Force of Clowns flashes in aggressively. Rakan is looking for another grand entrance. Zaya has been rooted, killed by the tip of the spear. Rakan is forced to flee. The Cass is still in the pursuit and actually gets a kill, secures a kill on to the Seraphine, but actually goes down in the end.
All
But
in all,
they-
that fight might be
they do
worth
not
it
wanna
for
let
FTK
this-
in the end. Because
They
they
don't
do
want to
get a
let
lot of the
this
Barons
Rakan
gone.
go, and he falls as well. A ace and Baron steal. Thievery was had this day.
Now the question is, what can Banana do with this Baron? They have it on 2 members. I said it might have been worth it, the fight for FTK, but obviously with the Rakan dying and the ace, probably not with all the gold that is invested into it. Great steal there from the Elise, just flashing and smiting and not even having the Q ready or something, but just purely smites it.
Really good, really good. Yeah, it's my timings.
And at the same time, I question FTK's decision making there. They did not have the damage to burst it. But at the same time, they had no vision around the dragon either, so they did not know that Ashe was still doing the dragon at that time. I think if they would have turned around and fought, they would have had a 5v4.
Yeah, they very much would have. Ashe was very late to the fight.
But let's see what Banana can do, because it still is only a 3k gold lead, and there is still the scaling factor on the side of FTK. But at the same time, I feel like Banana's played really well. We can see there from the gold graph that it's suddenly around 12 minutes, the tempo just went up, and they haven't let off the foot off the gas pedal since then. And bot tower seems to be giving up a bit. The cannon minion shooting its way at it. Aimon seem to be aiming for a 1-2-1 right now, at least farming their camps. I don't like this, Lighty. You have Baron buff. Why are you just not doing anything with it? We had the Pantheon pushing alone in the bot lane. Ashe just seems to be clearing mid waves, and Victor top. Meanwhile, Elise was just farming their jungles.
I'm guessing they're very close to some item breakpoints. Ashe is sitting on 1,000 gold. Yeah, Panther is sitting on 600. I guess he's working towards a Sterox, I'm guessing. But beyond that, no, I completely agree with you.
I mean, there's 1.5k gold Baron power play, but most of that I think was from the fight after they got the Baron, because Baron's out in a few seconds, and they didn't get a single tower off of it.
Cassie uses Protobelt trying to get some poke down, see if he can force something, but nope.
Yeah, Cassio also up to 3 items now with that. With the slow, with the Rylai's coming in. Olaf on 2, Jarvan on 2.
Yeah, this is a quick snake that is going to make you slow.
This I don't like from the Jarvan. I see the no magic mantle, and I have a feeling he's going to go for a Hex Drinker. I want to see the GA. I think the GA is so important on Jarvan here. So you can just go in. If you die, but you're rested back up. Give time for the Saya. Give time for the Olaf to get in, and give time for the Cassio. I don't think Hex Drinker is saving you from this burst.
No, especially now with the double magic pen base items from the Elise. That no magic mantle is irrelevant at this very moment due to Shadow Flame and Storm Surge. Plus
1 minute.
Soak Boots.
1 minute till the next fight. Will Elise get her death cap in time? That is a big pickup for the side of Elise.
She would need to get, what was that, 400 gold or 300 gold?
Dragon.
In 40 seconds. Oh, sorry, 30.
Good vision from FTK, by the way. Look at that. Look at the minimap. See those bottom wards. That a lot of good wards. If Olaf can somehow get behind and TP in there, that Ashe and that Seraphine are dead. At the same time, with the burst, we didn't talk about this before, but with the burst, they could try to kill the Olaf as well and just play a slow fight.
Ashe doesn't actually have the flash yet, so she's extra susceptible to an Olaf charge.
Neither is Olaf flash, but he has the ghost up. We have flash on Jarvan up. No flash, however, on the Cassio, on the Saya, on the Rakan, and no flashes at all up on Banana side. Yeah, Dragon's up in 10 seconds. No team are currently hovering. It's a battle of mid-waves.
Some poke going on. The stun fear from the Victor has been popped. Trying to get a pick here just before the dragon fight.
And the flash
Olaf.
seems to be up for Victor.
Olaf is eating a
Flashes
whole lot
are
of poke.
slowly coming up for the teams, and I think we'll actually have the flashes up for when the fight starts.
Yeah, it's
But we'll
very
see.
the crucial one is for the Ashe and Victor, who desperately needed to avoid the Olaf. Olaf has started.
Outside of the
it to
picture,
south.
yeah. Outside the picture, the dragon has been started. There is a lot of damage from the Cassio, but that Olaf is taking damage from that dragon. And the Jarvan isn't cleared. Oh, this smite will be important. Oh,
Flash Cassio
also the
ulti!
Cassio.
The grounding ulti gets him actually really good. Cataclysm unlocks up too. At the same time, Grand Starfall has gone wide. Cassio is now in full control of the Pantheon. Does not get away from this one. Flag and drag to get the knock up. And just pelting on the damage. Actually does get a return kill on the Olaf. But
Yeah, a bit sloppy there from the Olaf, but
sadly, again, Basti coming in and secures Infernal Soul.
Yes, but that might be Baron for Team FDK, and we've talked about the scale, and we saw it there. We saw the Olaf. The Ashe Seraphine stood no chance.
Elise is looking, hoping to get a kill onto the job, and so the dragon doesn't go, Baron doesn't go. But no, that's an ace. 4 for 1, and probably getting Baron here as a response.
That's a greedy play, from the Elise, trying to get the pick off on the Jarvan.
There's a chance, eh? Enchanted Crystal Arrow. He gets a kill!
Snipes it. Ooh, okay. That changes it a bit. Baron still goes over obviously to FDK. Olaf still gets it, but it does delay their push a bit because now the Jarvan is dead. What I was about to say is I didn't like the play of the Elise. You got the soul. If you go in, if you die, it will give such a good push for FDK, and they will get their extra items. They will get extra money to scale up, but this does actually delay it a bit with the Jarvan dead.
Yeah, I think actually the Ashe was looking to maybe get a steal on the Baron, but just everyone dodged it but Jarvan. And it just happened to be that low enough to actually get killed by it. Oh, yeah, he was spotted on a war there.
Quickly looking on the replay, no, that was a full commitment to kill the Jarvan as my league client crashes, as it always does. Good job, right?
Lovely.
All right, so let's take stock of where we are at. We have So on Team Banana. We have Scaling on Team FTK. Lighty, who do you give this game to right now?
Why'd you ask these questions? This Elise now has finished off the Rebel's Death Gap. Again, this Cassio is on 5 items. Almost considering a Medge coming out of there. At 8 stacks right now with the Dark Seal. I don't know. If there is a fight with a lot of flashes ready, I would probably give it to Banana, especially with Soul. There's going to be a lot of poke early on, so that Infernal Soul is going to do a lot of work. Pantheon now is...
The poke will make a difference. Lighty, what is your opinion here about the Victor? About the Oblivion Orb? Do you think he needs to reduce healing?
Cassio's going to be just really annoying in any fight where she's in. He's also the best one at applying it, apart from Ashe with the volley, but that can be blocked.
Yeah, but that could have been a death cap now, and instead we are looking at an Oblivion Orb and a needlessly large rod.
He would have been a little bit off. He would have been another needlessly, but Enchanted Crystal Arrow does get it onto Cassio. Looking for a little bit more, but no, just using it to be a bit of a threat, trying to see if they can get him off the push. Victor's been pushing up in the top lane quite far. They're looking for a collapse, forced to TP out.
Yeah, good call there to TP out, take it safe. But again, nothing happens with the Barons. We've had 2 Baron power plays from both teams. No towers going down in both of these Baron plays.
I will say this quite though, because if there's one thing you don't want to do, is you don't want to run into an Ashe Seraphine. And the one person who can kind of do it was forced to respond to his lane opponent pushing in the bot side. And
Yeah,
then
and
going to
Saya is one of the shorter ranger AD carries as well, so it's hard to hit that.
Oh, they're
tower.
going to Grand Star for the swing call. It has been cast, and it has connected onto the Zaya. Zaya does a full feather pullback, but no, flash and spear to kill the Zaya. Olaf has charged into the
Beautiful
back line.
engage.
Ragnarok and it cannot be stopped. No CC is going to be viable, but no. Goes down to just the raw damage of Banana.
Beautiful engage there from the Pantheon. A bit of a mistake there from Engsbro, missing the pullback on the Pantheon, not getting the stun. But also, we talked about the item of Guardian Angel, and Ash had Guardian Angel there, and that makes the Olaf suddenly useless. And, this push could be really, really strong for Banana. They might be looking for the end here.
Miasma does a lot of damage. I should take an Ash down to half HP. Pantheon with the base and I don't know why that one is not. Oh, it's Victor the base TP. My bad.
Yeah, one Nexus Tower going down, looking for the 6th Nexus Tower. I think this might be game. Rakan trying to go in, but they're extremely hard to get locked
Flash
down.
ult, Cassio. But no, Ash doesn't give a damn about this fight. Just wants the Nexus and actually
When the
secures
Nexus
it.
goes down for Team Banana. What a game, lady. What a game. It was close, this game. Could have gone either way,
Beautiful.
but in the end, the really great engage from the Pantheon, just hitting straight onto the Saya, who even with Flash, even with Cleanse, couldn't get away.
Yeah, it's used everything, and just that one. If one more feather would have connected it, she probably would have been safe. But no.
Yeah,
Not
so
the route.
talking about MVPs of this game, I have to give it to the jungler. That was just the smite steals, the smite secures. I mean, that won them the game in the end. The soul and the Baron take just clearly won them the game, even though we had some good engages from the Pantheon, obviously, later on.
Yeah. Full on thievery. The burst was insane. Really good early ganks and early presence. Yeah, no, at least 100%.
Okay, then let's get them in here.
Okay, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
You've been
Basti.
Hello,
yoinked.
It's me again, or what?
Yeah, we yoinked you just like you yoinked that Baron.
Yeah.
That was vicious.
Yes,
Tell
yes,
us
yes.
what went through your mind there. You're doing Dragon. Like, did you guys notice they were going to Baron? Like, what was the comms like at that moment?
Yeah, we saw they do the Nash, and then I told them to do the Dragon. I got this. Went there, do the classic smite flash combo, while my dog was licking my feet, and then we got it. It's the
Did I
classic.
get that encouragement from the dog?
Yes, he's always giving me strength. Always.
Are you surprised they left your release up?
Kinda, yes. I didn't expect that they will let it off. I mean, the KDA is not that good, but I think the early game was really good. We got Drake control. I could do really much with it, and yeah, I was surprised, definitely.
Now, we were talking a lot about the draft that the late game might be a problem for you guys, with the
Yeah.
Olaf being very strong, with the Cassia obviously staying in the Syrakan.
Yeah.
Were you guys ever worried about that? Did you feel like, oh, we need to kick up the tempo, we need to try to do a lot early game, or otherwise we lose late?
We were not thinking like that. We thought, okay, we can probably do much with our ults, like with Seraphine or Ashe, and like catch potential. And I think all in all, my team did really good. We had really good situations where we played it really good, and yeah, I mean, it was kind of scary because Cassio and Olaf late game is not that nice. But we were lucky the last fight were that good because Rakan went base and we could just engage for free. And yeah.
Yeah, really good, well played. Some good, well, like we said, like good thievery, stealing Drakes, stealing Barons, and then a quite beautiful dive in the bot lane. Yeah,
Did I
all
do
in
a
all.
dive? Yeah, I can remember now. Yeah. Yeah, I
all
had
in
to
all,
think
good
about it.
game.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was nice. It was fun. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hope to see you there.
congratulations, and good luck in your next game.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so that was our second game today.